What's up, y'all? So this is trying to get your heading down. Um this is Car Chronicles. This is sort of an embarrassing story. But okay, so let me start by saying if you need underwear, I ain't gonna say like socks, t-shirts and stuff like that, but maybe just underoos or whatever. Don't order them from Walmart. Go in the store and get them. Okay, so a few weeks ago. Okay, so the week of August. Let me see. Let me get this date up. 18th. I was sick. Like I couldn't work. I think I worked one day that week. And I just chopped it up to probably being the anniversary of the date that when my niece got killed. And I don't know whether I was overwhelmed about that or what the case may be, but I just know I was so in so much pain and I wasn't able to work that week. So the following week I was feeling a little better. The week after that, I had COVID. So I guess I was getting sick and just didn't realize it was like a COVID issue. But anyhow, yeah, yeah, yeah. The week of the 30 is, I guess I started getting back sick again around the 30th, 31st, something like that. But the week of the 18th, that August 18th was the day that my niece was killed. So that whole week I was just like, I couldn't do nothing. Like I worked one week. So I went back to work the next week, feeling okay, not the best, but the following week I was out again another week. So I decided to, I decided to go online and make a Walmart order. And I ordered some socks, because they were on sale, and I needed some more socks. Because I don't think I bought any socks since we had a store called Fred's. I don't think I had bought any socks, like good socks, since then. And Fred's been gone a long time, for some years now. So I needed some more socks. So I got 2 packs of socks, a pack of underwear, and a tea kettle because I wanted to make me some tea. And my coffee pot was broken, so I had been throw that away like months ago. So to get on my healing journey, I got me a teapot. And the only thing, when I picked up the order that evening, the only thing I took out the bag was the teapot, so that way I could go ahead and make me some honey lemon tea and echinacea tea and stuff like that, so I could get on my healing journey because I cannot afford to be missing work. So yesterday I decided, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wash the socks and underwear that I bought so I could go ahead and put them away. And I got the bag. Like I said, I ain't take nothing but the tea kettle out to make me some tea. And I left the bag just sitting there because, like I said, I had been sick. So I wasn't even worried about it. I didn't think that the pack was already open. Never would have thought it would have been open because I bought stuff online from Walmart and never really had any issues. Not, like issues like that anyway. But I've never like purchased underwear. So this is my first time purchasing underwear online for a store pickup. So when I went to take the underwear out of the bag, I noticed it was torn open. And I was like, well, maybe, you know how some people take the underwear out in the store and they'll see the size of it and then stuff it back in there if it's not, I guess it doesn't look as big as they want them to look or small as they want them to look. They'll stuff it back in there. I hate when people do that. That's just, like, know your size. Like, don't be opening up stuff that you want somebody else to buy, you know. But anyhow, whoever packed my bag, they had to have seen that. And maybe they assumed that the person that opened the bag put all the underwear that was supposed to be in there back in there. Y'all, it was 2 pair missing. But one of them was replaced with a pair of used underwear. And the other one was just missing. Because it's a 10-pack. I ain't going to tell y'all what size they are. But I had to go in there. Let me see if I can hide the size. Anyway, they're 10-pack. So, cotton underwear. But, yeah, and they were a good price. So I was like, let me go on and, get me some more underwear when I place the order. And make sure when you place the order online, if it's clothing items, make sure you go through and check everything in there to make sure it's all right. So that way the window of return don't close before you are able to take it back and get a refund or a replacement. Like I said, I've been sick, so I didn't think to do that because I just assumed, the packs were in there. They were good, but I was disappointed. And it's embarrassing to have to take a pack of underwear back to the store because one is missing and the other one was replaced with a used pair of underwear. That is so disgusting. So, of course, I had to do a review on Walmart.com about that. And then I had to put in for a return. So, yeah, just be careful when you're buying stuff like that. Like, because I'm the type of person, because I bought something before that I didn't know had a smell to it, and I actually made a mistake and wore it to church. But I thought, like, when I went outside in the air, I thought, my son said it was a scent in the air. But comes to find out, it was a sweater that I was wearing. So I had bought like 2 of the same sweaters. One was red, one was green. Just because of that, I washed those sweaters and I took them to the Goodwill. I know the scent was gone after I washed them, but I was like, nah, no more. Like, I'm not doing that. When I buy clothes, I try them on to make sure I can fit them, but I wash them before I wear them. Simply because of the fact that I don't want nothing, no scents or nothing in my clothes. Because that stuff be coming from foreign lands and stuff, and wherever they make these clothes at, you don't know what's in that stuff. So I advise everybody that just because it's new, that doesn't mean it's sanitary and clean. Wash your stuff before you wear it. And that, even if you buying a new pack of underwear, and you unless you just like in a tight and you just need something new some new underwear to put on right quick, like, because you got to go somewhere, you're out of town and you got to go somewhere, I can understand that. But if you can possibly wash your stuff before you wear it, because you don't know what's, in those, the type of dyes and stuff, and just anything could be in those garments that you may have. And I just advise, with the experience that I had with that green sweater, and then to know that other people in the church was smelling that scent in that sweater. And, I didn't realize it until after I had already worn it to church, that it was the sweater that was, funky. It actually smelled like somebody with a dog had laid their dog on the sweater. And I didn't know it. Like I said, I didn't know it because when I bought it, I hung it up in the closet until I got ready to wear it. But yeah, I ain't making that mistake no more. Anyway, so that is my embarrassing story. For my car chronicles, y'all can see I'm still having sinus drainage. I'm still trying to get rid of these COVID symptoms or whatever, because I don't know, they lingering this time. I don't know why they lingering, but they lingering. So if you happen to see me with a mask on, don't say nothing, because recently, and this is like maybe the third or fourth time that I had COVID. So yeah. Anyhow, y'all take care of yourself. Wash your clothes before you wear it. Especially if you got sensitive skin, just wash your clothes anyway, because like I said, that stuff is coming from China and Korea and different places like that, and you just never know. So just to be on the safe side, wash it before you wear it. And make sure if you place an online order, please check your bags thoroughly when you get them, so that way the return window don't close before you're able to take it back and get a refund or replacement. With underwear, when I went online to do the return, they said it was only going to be like a refund to the card or whatever. So it ain't like you could just do an exchange. So, which that makes sense. But yeah, just to have to take underwear back to the store because somebody did some despicable stuff like that is embarrassing for anybody. But yeah, I don't have money to be giving Walmart. And those underwear that I picked up before, when you scan it in the app, that's another thing. When you scan it in the app, it's one price, but when you get to the register, they're trying to charge you another. So that's another thing I've been seeing on social media with Walmart. It'll say one price, but then when you get to the register, it's way more than what it is. And yeah. But yeah, so just make sure you recheck and check your prices, because like it's some pricing things going on in Walmart that is not ethical as well. So yeah, because even though I got the same pack and it was the same price, online as it was in the store, I still had to pay a 25-cent out of pocket to even get this. So yeah, it's crazy. Walmart, y'all need to get it together. Y'all get a lot of business from black people, especially. Y'all got a lot of black people working in these stores. And y'all gotta just try to do better by us. Because we giving y'all a lot of business, whether y'all want to admit it or not. We giving y'all a lot of business. We don't have a Kmart anymore, so we don't have a Big Lots anymore. So y'all getting most of our money, so y'all got to do right by us. But anyway, I don't know who or what or why somebody will open those underwear and put a dirty pair in. But y'all, I had to tell the girl that was taking the return, I said, please, don't touch them, because if you see what I see, don't touch them. Because I touched it last night and I was like, oh my God. Because I noticed, like, when I opened the pack, the tape was off. You know how they have it rolled up in the tape? Let me show you. I'm going to open this. Because I know I just picked this up myself. It's completely closed. So, completely closed. So, let me show you. They have it rolled up in tape. So you see how that tape is. So the one that was used, it didn't have any tape on it. And I was like, I thought somebody might have just like, but no, you can actually see the stain in the seat of the panties. So I was frustrated. Yeah, I had got so upset because I wanted to get my clothes washed last night so that way I could get up in the morning and put them in the dryer. But, before I clock in to work because I work from home. And I could barely sleep because I was so disgusted. I was mad. And like, I was pretty much up all night. When stuff like that get on my mind and get, annoying to me, I can barely even get to sleep. So I'm going to try to take a nap before I have to clock in. Since I barely got any sleep last night. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this load on first and try to take a little nap before I have to hit the clock. But thank y'all for listening to my Car Chronicles embarrassing moments. And thank you to the young lady at Walmart that, even though she looked at me like, no, she ain't bringing no underwear back. But yeah, if I pay my money for it and I'm practically on a fixed income, yeah, I'm gonna bring it back. If it ain't right, I'm gonna bring it back. My son had told me, talking about, why don't you just throw the ones that's worn away and just wash the other ones? I paid for a 10-pack. I want a 10-pack, not a 8-pack, a 10-pack. So yeah. But anyway, it's embarrassing. It's an embarrassing story. So I may come back and share some more Car Chronicles in the near future. So it just depends on what happens. Hopefully nothing like that happens ever, ever, ever again. But thank y'all so much for listening. Thank you for coming back to Kim's Corner. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell for future uploads. And I thank you so much to all my subscribers. And yeah, God loves you. Peace.